Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
A very good Friday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. We'll start with breaking news this afternoon as 2 people are sentenced for their roles in a pair of gruesome murders in Missoula. Just moments ago, a judge handed down 2 life sentences to Augustus Standing Rock and Tiffany Pierce. The 2 both previously pleaded guilty to the murders of 15-year-old Marilyn Pickett and 24-year-old Jackson Wiles in August of 2017. Documents state after killing the pair, Pierce and Standing Rock attempted to dissolve the bodies by placing them in tubs filled with chemicals in the basement of their Strand Avenue home. Families of the victims read emotional statements this morning before sentencing began. While Missoula County preparing for high water as county commissioners declare an emergency ahead of spring flooding. Commissioners say the Clark Fork River could hit minor flood stage in the coming weeks. While there's no flood emergency now, the proclamation allows the county to better prepare. The county can now begin coordinating agencies to respond if flooding occurs. And as spring snow keeps falling in the mountain ranges across Montana, a warning from experts if you're headed to the backcountry. Forest avalanche experts say the snowpack at lower elevations becomes more unstable as temperatures warm up and the top layer melts. Experts suggest the safest time to get out in the backcountry is early in the morning while it's still cold.
When you leave the house and you're out and you go out skiing, if there's a supportable crust, things are safe. By the afternoon, that crust a lot of times melts, and so as soon as it melts and we're in all this wet snow, that means the avalanche danger is rising and we need to head on out of there.
Turning over to Rob Griggs in the Weather Center, who's in for Ed today. Rob, is there any new snow out there today?
Well, we've had some snow showers out in western Montana, and always this time of year the snow is going to fall in the mountains, so that just contributes to the whole overall avalanche problem. We just need to be very, very careful in the backcountry. Let's take a look at what's happening around the state right now. You can see some of those snow showers basically east of Kalispell and south of Cut Bank all the way down toward Great Falls and Helena. Also some snow showers in further western Montana, portions of west central Montana. Temperatures also beginning to warm up just a little bit. In fact, we're a little bit warmer out in the east than we were this time yesterday. Maybe not quite as aggressive of a warm up in places like Cut Bank and Great Falls. You can see that little batch of cold air stretching right along the spine of the Rockies. Taking a quick look around the state here, Great Falls 36 degrees with a northeast wind at 5 miles an hour, some cloudy skies, some patches of blue out there in Missoula, 45 degrees with a very light southwesterly wind. So we're going to take a complete look at the statewide weekend forecast in just a moment. Samantha?
Thanks, Rob. A teen has been reported in Lake County missing. Authorities are looking for 15-year-old Whisper Little Owl Horseman. She was reported missing on Wednesday in Polson. Police say she's 5'4" and about 160 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. The Flathead Tribal Police are currently investigating. Anyone with information is asked to call the number on your screen. In Missoula, new details on the Superfund cleanup at one old Smurfette stone container mill site. The EPA says it will need more study and sampling before cleanup is finalized. They told Missoula County leaders sampling will continue for another season. Still, those with the Clark Fork Coalition say there's still concern about contamination at the landfill near the site.
It's about 5 million cubic yards of materials in unlined, largely unregulated containment facilities. We know that they are in contact with groundwater, that there have been documented releases of arsenic, manganese, and dioxins to groundwater in excess of state standards or proposed state standards. In the case of manganese, they're about 600 times the level of the proposed standards. We know that shallow aquifers in contact with the Clark Fork River.
The EPA says if any evidence of contamination develops, an emergency cleanup can be ordered. Well, new details when it comes to changes to Butte's Silverbow Creek Superfund cleanup. Now the EPA says it can't reach the Montana standard for cleanup. The EPA planned to collect stormwater in basins at the bottom of the Butte Hill, then clean it and add water back to the creek. But the EPA now says Butte Hill is too contaminated to reasonably reach Montana's standards of clean water. They say the national standard is within reach. However, the national standard of quality is much more lenient than Montana's standard. To the legislature, the bill to continue Montana's Medicaid expansion program hit a roadblock in the state Senate on Thursday. Supporters may not have much time to repair the damage and get it back on track. MTN's Mike Dennison was there and explains what happened and what could be next.
A close vote was expected Thursday in the Senate on the bill reauthorizing Medicaid expansion, which provides government-funded health care for 96,000 low-income adults in Montana. And it didn't disappoint in that regard. It went down on a 25-25 tie, with all 25 no votes coming from Republicans. GOP opponents, including Senate President Scott Sales of Bozeman, said it's time to say no to programs that are bankrupting the country.
We talk a lot about future generations and investments in future generations, and this is going to be good for our kids, and this is going to be good for our grandkids. And I'm going to tell you what, this runaway spending that this bill promotes isn't good for those future generations. It's good for this generation. And to hell with the people that are going to pay the bill, which are my kids and my grandkids, and yours too.
Republican Senator Dee Brown, another opponent, spent more than 6 minutes reading off a list of payments to Montana hospitals for Medicaid expansion, $1.34 billion over the past 2 years.
I don't think that Medicaid expansion is about the health of Montanans. I think it's about the money going to hospitals.
Yet the bill isn't necessarily dead. Several Republicans who voted no have supported Medicaid expansion in the past. And earlier this week, some of them indicated they're withholding their vote until knowing whether an unrelated proposal will advance, the bill to help Northwestern Energy buy part of a coal strip power plant and transmission line. Supporters of the Medicaid bill have until Friday to ask the Senate to reconsider Thursday's vote, and said that's what they intend to do. They also said the state can't afford to say no to Medicaid expansion, for it's done more than its share of good in the state since beginning in 2016.
This is going to help people go back to work. It's going to make people healthy again. It's going to get them off their addictions and able to once again function in society.
Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Now, Mike tells us Medicaid expansion is a $700 million a year program, with 90% of that money coming from the federal government. In other news this afternoon, the MSU Billings is looking to make some major changes. Administrators and faculty will consider phasing out 37 academic programs, but there's no plans to eliminate teachers. Here's a look. A list from the MSUB Strategic Program Alignment Committee shows 14 programs at the school with 0 students. Some of those include Associate of Applied Science degrees for Medical Administrative Assistant and Power Plant Technology. 13 programs have just 1 or 2 students. Now, some programs have more students. There are 17 in pre-professional engineering and 8 in biology and environmental science. School officials tell us the plans will not eliminate faculty, and Phase 3 will look at adding programs based on new demands. Well, coming up here on the noon news, the White House confirms it considered a proposal to release migrants into so-called sanctuary cities. What's being said about that controversial proposal? But first, Rob Griggs in for Ed this afternoon. He's got a full look at that weekend forecast. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan, Storm Tracker Weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Montana Ag Network. This is the noon news on Q2, Montana's news leader.